Hello loves, and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I thought it would be so fun to answer all of your questions on my comments. I got all of the questions from the comments on my TikTok. I feel like this is just a great way to get to know me and we can connect a little bit more, and also to get your questions answered in general about pharmacy, life in general. So let's go ahead and get started. By the way, I just straightened my hair and like curled it towards the bottom so that it looks more bouncy. What do you guys think? Do you guys like this look? I also used new oils that I got from Nordstrom, like the Moroccan oil brand, and I feel like it's doing my hair wonders. It's a lot shinier than ever, and the bounce is bouncing towards the end. So I'll let you guys know if this stays all day, but I feel like this is such a good hack if you don't know how to blow dry your hair, which I don't, or you don't want to go to the hair salon, because this makes it look amazing. But without further ado, let's address some of your questions. Someone said, wait, doesn't it take 8 years to become a pharmacist? How did you graduate at 23? That's a great question. So for most people, it would take 8 years to become a pharmacist, 4 for undergraduate and another 4 in pharmacy school. In the United States though, you don't have to have a bachelor's degree to get into pharmacy schools. And this is most pharmacy schools. Some pharmacy schools will still require you to have a bachelor's degree, but most programs you can get in without a degree as long as you complete your prerequisite requirements. So that's really what I did. I completed my prerequisites and then I applied to pharmacy school, and my pharmacy school program was only 3 years. So I was able to complete it as fast as possible. This is not for everyone though, because 3 years is a lot. Someone said, I only want to do pharmacy residency so I can open up my own pharmacy. Honestly, it depends on where you are. In the United States, if you open your own pharmacy, you're probably going to go out of business. CVS will buy you out and offer you a job as a manager. This has happened to multiple people that I know or that I know of that have tried to open a pharmacy here in the US. Someone says, what do you work in the hospital? So I work in the hospital in the inpatient pharmacy. So I'm just taking care of all of the patients in the hospital that are staying overnight, that are inpatient. Someone said, I couldn't imagine having the same job doing the same thing the rest of my life. I feel that, honestly, I don't want to do the same thing for the rest of my life either. Maybe I'll stay working in this job for a few more years or for, the upcoming future, but who knows what's going to come after that, if I'm going to work somewhere else in the hospital, if I'm going to work somewhere else, if I'm going to have a completely new career, who knows? And I love that mentality. You don't have to limit yourself to one job, one career. You don't have to do that to yourself. You can really do whatever it is that you want to do in this life, and that's the beautiful thing. Someone said, hi, can you please make video, or if you can just give us some information on how to become a pharmacist after high school and college after pharmacy tech. Honestly, there isn't a whole lot to it. After you graduate high school, you go to a community college or to a college, you complete prerequisite pharmacy classes. This is a list that your school counselor can tell you, or if there's a pharmacy school in your area, you can go to their website, see what classes they require before going into their school, and just take these classes and then apply to their school. You don't even have to take an entrance exam like before. I had to take one. Now you don't have to take one. You apply, you get in, you do pharmacy school, boom, you're a pharmacist. This is a funny comment. This girl said, I just want to marry rich and be a housewife. First year pharmacy student and I'm not enjoying it. Girl, I feel you. It's a lot of hard work. People think that it's just gonna be easy because it's not medical school, it's not dentistry, but actually you go in and it's so hard. You're studying all day and you're like, what did I get myself into? But I promise you it's worth it. I promise you it's worth it at the end, especially if this is what you want to do. Someone said, hey, good night. Can you help me write a resume, please? I'm looking for a job as a pharmacy. Please. What I did when I was writing my resume, I followed a template of a resume of one of my professors. I followed his template, and that's how I made my resume. You can alternatively find resumes online. You can search up pharmacy resume examples and it will pop up. If you're going to residency, you can write pharmacy CVs for residency and a bunch of good ones will show up. Don't underestimate the power of the internet, because you can find a lot of resumes online, and I use these as well to tweak up my own resume. Pharmacy school is a lot harder to get into in Canada. I believe that. I feel like pharmacy is just easier to get into in the United States. I mean, I don't know, I say easy, but it's still hard. But it's just like comparing to medical school, it's so much easier to get into pharmacy school compared to medical school. Skincare routine, please. So I have a skincare routine in my channel right now. It's mostly about getting rid of your acne, so I can do a real routine soon. I also just show you guys in my daily vlogs. But the number one thing I would recommend if you struggle with your skin is to get you a facial. That's going to boost your skin. And if you also do extractions, it's going to help if you have acne, breakouts, all of that. What are your thoughts about dental hygiene? That's a great career to go into. I feel like it's equivalent to being a pharmacy tech. You're like a step below the dentist. I feel like it's a great career, and I actually heard you can make a lot of money, especially if you're traveling. I saw this girl on TikTok. She's like a travel dental hygienist. I did not know that was a thing. She makes a lot of money. So honestly, I think it's a great job if you like to work with your hands and you don't want to do a whole lot of schooling, like going into dentistry school. Great job. But I always recommend, like if you're doing if you're a pharmacy tech, to go for a pharmacy school or go for a career. I feel like these extra few years that you're going to invest in your life, they're going to give you a lot more in return. So if you like dental hygiene, why don't you go to dentistry school, you know? Someone said that's a terrible idea about me going back to dentistry school. It's no secret that dentists make a lot of money. Like, they're living the good life. And if you think about it, it's a lot less years than medical school. And I was talking about how this dentist I know is making $60,000 a month, which is a crazy amount of money. But I agree, going back to school now, it's probably not the best idea. And I would not want to do it. I'd rather be out of school and be young and enjoying life than go back to school just to chase the money. Someone said, I didn't know that you are Iraqi. Yes, I am from Iraq. I was born there. I lived there. I came to the US when I was only 11 years old. So I definitely remember a lot from Iraq. I've recently been there and visited, and I wish I could go back more often. More tips on how to be a successful pharmacist, because I'm really struggling. Girl, I feel you. It's a struggle at first. I think especially with struggling with your confidence and to believe in yourself as a pharmacist, it's a struggle. But I don't really have any big tips. It's just like, you have to do more. The more you do, the more confident you will become. I feel like that's just the biggest takeaway. Like, the more you do, the more you experience, the more confident you get. And also just ask a lot of questions. I ask my coworkers so many questions, both technicians and pharmacists, and I learn so much from them every single day. So honestly, ask as many questions as humanly possible. How many hours did you study in pharmacy school per day? It really depends. Some days I studied only for a few hours. Most days I studied a lot, at least 5 hours. On the weekends, best believe 12 hours. Especially when we had an exam going on, I used to study a lot, like nonstop. And it was just because I was busy during the week too. I was really involved in organizations. I was always making reviews for other underclassmen. I was tutoring. I was applying for internships. I was always doing a lot during the week. So weekends is really when I went hard on studying. And at the times, if I was studying for a big exam, 12 hours a day, easy. Is pharmacy school covered by financial aid? No, it's not. Not all of it, at least. You can get certain scholarships, especially ones from your school. They're called the merit scholarships. But in terms of covering your whole schooling, that's not a thing. You can get a loan from the government, from financial aid, but you can't. But most people will just take out loans and they will have to pay the debt after they graduate. Someone said, no, you're not doctors. Okay. Why do they call it doctor of pharmacy? I'm so confused. And I'm not even reading all the comments. I'm filtering my notifications by comments on TikTok. So I'm not even covering everything. So if you like these questions, follow me on TikTok because I answer them on TikTok as well. This is the end of the video, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that these questions were helpful regarding pharmacy, and I hope that you got to know my journey a little bit more. Let me know what you want to see next. But until next time, I will see you in the next video. Bye.